Oh boy, I'm so excited to check my mail. Oh, Mario has a lot of letters. It seems I better go inside and read them all. Well, it seems I better get reading.
Dear Mario, I hate your newest movie. It is one of the worst films I've ever had the displeasure of watching. Sincerely, a concerned viewer.
Dear Mario, I saw your latest film in cinemas, and I just want to say I'd like my money and time back. It's so dog shit.
Dear Mario, your latest movie was one of the worst films I've ever seen. It was even worse than AI generated.
Did someone call for Fox McCloud? What is that in your hand, Mario? The Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now, over the past few days, there's been a lot of reviews for this movie, for the most part being incredibly negative and not really having the best thoughts on the film, but I enjoyed it. Now, right away, I'll already say it, of course I enjoyed this movie. I am a huge Super Mario fan and love the franchise. If people are calling this the key jangling movie, then I'm proud to say I'm the toddler enjoying said keys jangling in my face. Now, despite me liking the movie, I will say there are some things that I 100% believe they could have done better, and I will get into those, but for the most part, I really enjoyed this movie and will most likely end up watching it again a couple of times. I don't know when, but I probably will. Now, all of the characters in this movie were really well done, in my opinion. Despite not being a fan of Star Fox, I really loved Fox McCloud in this movie. He was actually really funny and animated really nicely, although I do wish they didn't reveal him before the film came out, because he would have been a really nice surprise to see for the first time in cinemas. But I really liked how he looked in this film. Rosalina was a welcome addition, and Brie Larson was a really good voice for her. She was good in every scene, but a complaint begins here. She was good in about 5 scenes because that's how many she had. I don't know why Nintendo didn't learn from the last film when they did the same thing with Luigi, but we do not like it when an important character to the film gets sidelined and isn't important to the plot. It's a Super Mario Galaxy movie, and she's barely even there. Now, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi is a squad I was smiling at the entire time in the cinema. They look really well animated in this film, and there's some really good banter between the three, and Donald Glover deserves an award for his performance as Yoshi. If Nintendo and Illumination never dropped who was playing Yoshi and kept it quiet the entire time, I do not think I would have guessed in a million years that it was him. And he genuinely did Yoshi incredibly well. Peach and Toad were a nice team up, and they had some really good scenes too. I'll be honest, not seeing Charles Martinet in this film was quite upsetting. I was kind of hoping he would have some sort of appearance, but he didn't. That wasn't fun. Now, like I mentioned in above, animation in this film is some of Illumination's greatest. Every character has some sort of sweet animation to them, even ones in the background of the movie that most people won't ever look at, and it makes the world feel even more alive. Textures, models, and some third animation thing that I can't think of were all done really well in this film. The galaxies, space, and everything in this movie is so well animated, and you can tell that Illumination gained some confidence from the box office performance of their last film. That could be why the story wasn't so present, which I will get into soon enough, since knowing that as long as the movie has Super Mario in it and he's in the title, they're guaranteed $1 billion. At the time of recording, it hasn't hit it yet, but I guarantee it will. Mark my words. But the fight scenes are animated so smoothly, everything just works together really nicely, the faces, the expressions, all of it is just so well done. This one is something. Now, in the last movie, despite there being some upsetting parts like Luigi not being too present in the film, there was clearly a story that held the film together. Whilst there were some really cool references, you could ignore them and pay attention to the story, and it was still cohesive and a really pleasant one. However, this movie at some points felt like they forgot about what their story was supposed to be and threw a reference in, whenever they couldn't think about what the plot point was supposed to be. As a pretty big fan of the Super Mario Galaxy games, ones that I played a lot when growing up, there really wasn't that much Galaxy. Like, at all. It was just kind of throwing in as much Mario as they could, and it's really disappointing since Galaxy has a gorgeous story, and I really feel like they could have done it justice in a film like this. I don't think the movie is bad, and I'm not saying that, I just think it could have been done better. Before this movie released, there was a lot of emphasis on the fact that Mario and Luigi are together in this film, which is blatantly acknowledging the fact that people did not like that in the last movie, and that they're listening and giving the fans what they like. But then they went and did the same thing with Rosalina. I think whilst having references in the film was all nice and dandy, this film felt a little like they had the story in place of the references, making a story kind of flow a little bit after you'd seen a reference, not the other way around. And also, minor spoiler alert here, so skip to this part, but I am upset that Rosalina's storybook was not included in the film to discuss her backstory. I think it was the perfect opportunity to do so in a nice style, and they just didn't. The music in this movie is beautiful. Every single song I heard was gorgeous. Brian Tyler deserves all the awards, and they listened again. The last movie had a lot of licensed music, which when you have a brand like Mario that is known for some incredible songs, it was disappointing to hear a lot got replaced for licensed music. But thinking back in my memory, this movie had like one licensed song, which did get P. Diddy credited in the movie. I'm just saying, P. Diddy was credited in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, do with that information as you will. So to have them actually listen to that complaint and tone down on the licensed music, I like that. Thanks, Nintendo and Illumination. Dry Bowser was one of the coolest scenes in cinema. I was not expecting him, and he was done so well. I know people are mainly pointing out the references as some sort of crutch for the film, and whilst I said above that the story definitely could be better in some places, I loved the references in this movie. Game & Watch, Little Mac, everyone. Whilst I don't think that it necessarily means a Smash Bros. Movie is on the way, I still love spotting all of this fun little stuff. Peach and Rosalina being sisters was certainly a surprise change, and there was something that I really wasn't expecting them to do. But stuff like the dragon from Odyssey, the red star from Galaxy, whilst the story might have been lacking in some places, the references were not, and were incredibly well done and executed. And even though I saw the film like 2 days ago of recording this video and looking around on the internet and hearing all of the discussion, I'm sure there's some scenes and some references that I've still probably missed. Stupid. Hello, there's a couple thoughts that I didn't put in this video that whilst editing I thought I could just throw in last second, so I'm going to throw those in right now. First off, whilst I believe that the movie was still good and I was pleasantly entertained seeing it in theaters, I do think that the next one should be better than this. Now, you know my channel, I'm not going to be that guy, but the Sonic the Hedgehog movies are a good example of kids films that can also be enjoyed by the older generation. Those actually have a cohesive story, and it's been proven many times that people working on the film actually care about these characters and making sure that their personality translates onto the film correctly. So whilst I am saying I enjoyed the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I'm not going to take that back, I do hope that the third Mario film is better than this one. Which kind of leads me on to my next point, that I hope all of this hatred and everyone hating on this film lets Nintendo and Illumination know that they should put a little bit more effort into the story next time. I hate being that guy, but Sonic, you can look at what the Sonic movies are doing. They've got it right. Now, this brings me on to my next one. This is just a bit of an opinion myself, but I don't think this film should have been called the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Whilst there are parts of it that take place in space, a lot of people's upset with it is that it's called the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and there's not really that much galaxy. And I know it's boring, but they could have gone like the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2. That would have worked. And the last and big final one before you leave any comments about me liking this film, I am not bootlicking Nintendo here, okay? If you walked out of that cinema thinking it was a terrible movie, go ahead, power to you. I'm not going to stop you or try to change your mind. I am just making this video myself to say that I enjoyed the film. I'm not going to go blabbering on and saying that it's the greatest film of all time, but I'm not going to say that it's as bad as everyone out there is saying it is. But yeah, just wanted to throw those points in there. Thank you, and get to the end of the video now. Now, overall, I am not a film critic. I can't make 2-hour videos talking about a movie because 1, that is boring, and 2, I really can't talk for that long. So what I will say is that as a fan of Super Mario, this movie is incredible, way better than the first, and is so good. But as a person who knows nothing about Super Mario and just came because maybe they wanted to see what the hype was about, I could understand how some people might have left this movie feeling disappointed. Me, however, I did not have that much disappointment. The credits rolled, and thinking back to all of the negative reviews I had seen the day before, I didn't know if we were watching the same film. Whilst the ending was a little bit abrupt, I really enjoyed this movie, and I loved it. So whilst it does seem like everyone on the internet right now is dogging on the Super Mario Galaxy movie and talking about how much it sucks and how it's like one of the worst films ever made, I am here to say it was not bad, and I will even go out on a limb and say that I enjoyed the Super Mario Galaxy movie. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen the film already, you should go watch it. You will most likely enjoy it. Go ahead and leave your comments down below, your thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie if you've seen it yet, and if you haven't, go see it and come back to this video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe as I'm the #1 Super Mario Galaxy movie defender there is. Proven fact, by the way, that is a proven one, and I will see you in a bit. Goodbye!